Growing up, each of us had a favorite pet or animal or toy which we loved and spent a lot of time with. Think back to how you bonded with your toy or your pet. What did you do? You spent time together, you did many things. Thinking back, I recall one of my favorite pets being named Elizabeth. She was a 500-pound pig that my family had caught in the wild and raised. Elizabeth had a very unique gift. Outside of being very friendly, she allowed people to ride on her back. We found that she was especially good with little children, who she would allow to ride on her back as she trotted along beside us. Sadly, the day came when Elizabeth fulfilled her role both as a friend and as a pig when she joined my family for dinner. That was a very hard night that night, but I learned a valuable lesson. I found that I could both love Elizabeth as a friend and as food. With that being said, the title of my speech is "The Best Pets Are the Ones You Can Eat." I ask you to withhold your judgments from there, but I will give you some reasons for listening. First, the Lord has commanded us, saying that man shall have dominion over the sea, and over the fowl, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Each one of us are stewards for that which we are given. We will be judged according to the waste that we create, and for the things that we let go to waste. With that being said, I'd like to cite an article from the Washington Times. It's titled, "Saving the Planet." It starts off by saying, "Want to save the planet? Kill your pets. Or better yet, eat them." It goes on to say that this new radical suggestion comes from a couple of professors in New Zealand by the name of Brenda and Robert Vell, who are architects who specialize in sustainable living. Their research has found that pets create a tremendous burden and strain on the environment, and that a truly green and sustainable world would have no place for these carbon-emitting parasites. I like to comment that that is a rather radical approach. But the point is that there are many wastes by having just pets that can only be friends, when you can have pets that you both love and eat. So, with that being said, I'll go into the body of my talk, which presents 5 main points. They are that pets, for the sole purpose of being pets, are a financial burden. 2, that household pets are a burden on the environment and on sustainable living. 3, homegrown pets and plants provide a source of fresh food and sustainability. 4, it is not ethically wrong to eat your pets. And 5, choosing the right pet. To begin, according to the APPA, or the American Pet Products Association, they estimate that in 2009, the U.S. spent $45.5 billion on their pets. Pets being defined as dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, and so forth, non-agriculture based pets. The average that in the year of 2010, that the average average person will spend $1,490 per dog in the United States. And comparably, the average cat will have $1,045 spent on it per cat. That is a lot of money used with very little gain outside of friendship alone, when that role can be both used for friendship and for sustainable living. So moving on to the point 2, that household pets are a burden on the environment and on sustainable living. In the same article put out by the Washington Post, the Professor Brenda and Robert Vell, or the architects who specialize in sustainable living, do a carbon breakdown, or in other words, based on the amount of carbon emitted to produce the many toys and fairly useless products put out to most animals, including dog food and cat food. They estimate that the average medium-sized dog has a carbon paw print equivalent to that of about 2 Toyota Land Cruisers. Comparatively, a cat has almost the same environmental impact as a Volkswagen Golf. and somehow 2 hamsters equal a plasma TV. They go on to say that if we were to get rid of the country's 73 million dogs, that would be the equivalent of eliminating 136 million passenger cars, or the equivalent of the entire passenger car total in the year of 2007 in the United States. As well as if we were to eat our 90 million pet cats, that would offset the national bus fleet, assuming a generous 100 cats per bus rate exchange. Now, I don't know if they mean this jokingly, but assuming that those numbers, which these scientists give, are accurate and correct, we can see that there is a large burden of excess waste there, not only in the resources used to produce many of the useless items, but in many of the cats and animals and pets which go to waste, not being used for the purpose which the Lord gave them. So, that moves me to my next point, that homegrown pets and plants provide a source of fresh food and sustainability. According to Herald Sun newspaper, in an article called Money Matters, so store fresh food, not always the best supermarket option, they claim that that most of your store meats can range from anywhere from 5 days to 4 months old. They also then go on to cite that health of animals and the butchering and their butchering conditions in the feedlots are not known. 3. That the produce and meats are subject to many commercial, genetic, and food-based steroids, and that your backyard freezer is closer than the grocery store. With that being said, I move to the ethics of it. It is not ethical to eat your pet. To this, we won't go to opinion, but we'll go to simply what the Lord has said. In Matthew chapter 15:11, the Lord says, "Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth him." Later, in this time era, the Lord has stated in Doctrine and Covenants, section 59, verses 16 through 19, saying, "The fullness of the earth is yours, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and that which climbeth upon the trees, and walketh upon the earth. Yea, and the herb and the good things which come of the earth, whether for food, or for raiment, for house, or for barns, or for orchards, or for gardens, or for vineyards. Yea, all things cometh of the earth in the season thereof, and are made for the benefit and the use of man, both to please the eye and to gladden the heart. Yea, for food and for raiment, for taste and for smell, to strengthen the body and to enliven the soul." And then finally, Doctrine and Covenants, section 49, verse 19, stating, "For behold, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air, and that which cometh of the earth is ordained for man, for food and for raiment, that he might have in abundance." As simply put, I am not telling you to go eat your cat or dog. But what I am saying is, as you choose to get pets and choose to take on that financial burden, I encourage you to choose the right pets. Meaning, choose pets to which will fulfill a role as both food and friend. Many pets such as pigs, rabbits, chickens, sheep, goats, and other animals require very little, if any, outside food source to sustain and survive. Many of them, and all of them, eat table scraps and survive off of grass clippings and leaf clippings out of your yards. They require a very low environmental impact, provide love and friendship just as a dog or cat or reptile, and at the same time allow them to be used for the role which God intended them, that is, for the use of man as food. So, with that, I'd like to recap the main points. Pets for the sole purpose of being pets are a financial burden. Household pets are a burden on the environment and on sustainable living. Homegrown pets and plants provide a source of fresh food and sustainability. 4, it is not ethically wrong to eat your pets. And 5, choose the right pets. So, I have presented facts and information. They are true. It is up to you to make that decision to take the next step. Save yourself money, build loving relationships, and enjoy your pets in the ways which God has established them. So, I invite you that given the next opportunity to get a pet, or to choose where to move, take the next step and choose a sustainable pet that will save you money and not cost you money. Do this by choosing a pet that you can eat. Thank you.